Liebestraum mean? Okay, it's more than a love song, it's a love dreams. It's dreams of love. Okay, so can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Just this is the time to move more in the front, yeah? If you find it difficult to hear my voice. Okay, so this Liebestraum is probably one of the most emotional pieces written for the piano. And Franz Liszt was a Hungarian composer of the Romantic era, and he was actually like kind of like a rock star of his time, you know. So he would play his music, but he would never do anything halfway. He was always, you know, either blow people's mind away with his impressive technique, but he also wrote all these very, very emotional pieces. So you always get this like full, touchy feeling. You know, women would cry when he would write all these, slow pieces. So this Liebestraum is part of 3 Liebestraum. Yeah, and so this number 3, of course, is the most famous one. And they are all inspired by poems, by poetry of love. And so I think it helps us a lot when we kind of know the story behind the song, or if you have a story really helps, or sometimes then we can take our own imagination of what you understand. You may not know about the sorrow of love yet, For example, the first one of the Liebestraum is it's about like religious love, like you renounce the love of the world and then you devote your love to God. Yeah, so and then the second one is more about physical love, romantic love. This third one, the one that Grace just played, it's very strong kind of love. It's like unconditional love that your mom would, do at any time, So the poem also says the refrain of the poem keeps coming back to say like love as much as you can, So, but then there's also you go into the music, yeah, and there's also this love like okay, so when you're alive, you want to love all the as you can, right? And then even when the person is gone, right? And you're saying sort of like in the poem, the poet is saying like, you don't see me here from under your grave, but it's still there, you see? So that is more a love about the song, right? It's quite different, isn't it? So in the piece, how many sections are there? Exactly, 3 sections, right? Okay, so in the first part is like, this feeling of love, correct? And then how does the second part mean to you? Like if we were to pick between, joyful or sorrowful, which one would it be? The second part. Where it gets very kind of stick, right? Yes, right? Okay, what do you guys think? Is it more that the middle section?
Sorrowful.
Sorry?
Sorrow.
Sorrowful?
Sorrowful.
Well, you heard the last part, right? You hear how the music sort of gets slower toward the end, and then some of the chords, like a lot of these diminish, that that resonates with timing. That one is more sorrowful, right? So the middle section has this contrasting, and it's pianistic, right? It goes like it gets more passionate. The writing, it's busier, bigger chords. The texture is fuller on the piano. So that one, more passionate, right? Okay, and we're going to talk about how we can create that, right, in sound or in piano playing. Okay, so basically that's that's the narrative you can have, and it helps you to when you go and play, it helps you okay, yeah. So having said that, I thought you did really well in the beginning to bring out a melody in contrast with these arpeggiated notes. You did that very well. Your use of rubatos is also quite nice. I would just like you to be more connected to the music, or maybe the sound that comes out, or maybe your phrasing, or the way you want to phrase it. And sometimes, when we want to bring out a melody, it's not about playing it loud. Okay, it needs to be louder than the other texture, but you see, it's my feeling, like it's not like eating a lot to feel satisfied with your, with your belly, right? It's so. Do you mind trying again? Just play for us the opening. Now that you have a little bit more, right, story. Okay. Yes, please. Okay, just a couple of pianistic manipulation we can do. For example, like when you have when you're pushing this.
Technical passages that you can find in Liszt's other pieces. So it's something quite subtle. And then actually through this cadenza that it leads us into the next next part of the poem. Okay? So can you play for us again this first cadenza? In the crescendo, right? Just make sure you can follow. sort of put this out here, you know. Like, I think the way you play this piece is nicer. Just use it as a color, you know, like this is the first part of my life, and then this sort of color, and then you go into, you know, a little part of this, right? Okay, so let's try one more time. Don't too much.